Welcome back to Footstock 101 by myself Leithall in association with FootstockHub. I hope you've enjoyed the first two episodes of this series, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at our collection, how to view our cards and some of the information you can find within those player cards. Before we get started, remember that Footstock is a gambling website, therefore you have to be 18 plus and from the UK. So from this same homepage that you should now be familiar with from the last episode, up in the top left we know that we can go to the collection tab, and from here we've got three options. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at my cards, and then in future videos we'll look at the market, how to buy and sell players, and how to track our orders. When you click into my cards, this is where you'll see all your cards. At this point you may or may not have some cards in your collection. By default your collection is sorted by PPG, what stands for points per game, and you can click certain categories up here to actually sort them in different ways. For example, you could sort by the buy price to show your most expensive players that you have in your collection. But I think PPG is probably always the safest way and the best way to view your collection. On the left hand side, of course, we've got the images of the players, the name, and of course the abbreviation of the club they play for. As we move across, we've got age. Now we know that age is always quite important in these different platforms that we play. Having youth on your side is always an advantage. Next, you've got the position of the players. In Footstock, it's just goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward. No more complex than that. Next, you've got in use, but this also shows you how many you've got of that card. So the number to the right here is how many you have of the card. So I've got one Bruno Fernandes, two Harry Kanes, so on. And then the number to the left is actually how many is currently in use. So as you can see, I haven't got any of my one Brunos in use in tournaments at the moment. That is free for me to sell or to use in a tournament. I've got one Harry Kane currently in use. That means I've only got one free to use at the moment. This is a star rating based on the PPG of a player. Again, in the next episode we'll go through what makes up the PPG and then what determines the rating from that PPG as well. You've then got the PPG of the player. Now this is the average points per game over the last 38 Premier League games. And then at the end here we've got the buy and sell price, and we've also got the 1 week change. This is the default that is shown in the collection. The buy and sell price you see here is almost an instant buy and an instant sell price. The buy price is the lowest anyone is currently willing to sell this player for, and the sell price is the highest anyone is willing to buy this player for in the current moment. Users that have put bids in and are ready to be matched. As well as by filtering in certain orders up here, you've also got filters that you can click in the top right here, and you've got star levels, positions, different ways of sorting players. So I could look for 3-star midfielders and sort them in certain ways. So the players I've got most of, for example. So I have got 3 James Maddisons, who is a 3-star midfielder. So these filters are also very nice to navigate. You can then click into these players to get some more information on them. So if I click into Mo Salah here, you get a slightly larger image and all the information that we've already seen about Mo Salah. We've got some more in-depth prices on the players, but here again you see a larger version of the 1 week graph. Also got options for the 1 month, 3 month, 6 month and 1 year graphs. 1 year graphs are always quite nice to look at on Footstock, because we know that Footstock had its initial boom in March, April of 2020. And we see that both of my Salah cards were currently in use. Here you can actually see where they're in use. You can also buy and sell players directly from here. And as we go down, we get a bit more data on the players. You've got previous matches. Here you can see the PPGs of these players in their previous matches. You can then click into there to actually get a breakdown of how that PPG score was built up, and it goes down and shows a lot of their previous games. You've then got another breakdown of their overall current average PPG on their card. So as we know, Salah's got a current PPG of 25.98. As we go down here, we've got a breakdown of that and how that's been built up. So that's really going to be it for today's video. We won't go into any more depth in that, because in the next episode we're going to be looking at player PPGs, how they're built up and how that affects their ratings and the influence that has on the price of the card on the market. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next installment of Footstock 101.